is a brand new day, and we'll be making history. Are you with me? Won't you stay? We have come so far. This is who we are. And like the rising sun, we have just begun to play our part. This is the time we form the chorus. Lift your voice for those before us. We can rely on one another. Feel the pride, let's show our colors. We are heroes and dreamers. We are restless believers.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are. This is Gail Gaia, and this is Free Range, where we graze on wild ideas. And today, we're going to be talking about networking for cooperation and consciousness. Lightworkers unite. This is what we all need to do. So now more than ever, it's important that we unite and work together. It's highly joyful and supportive to meet and cooperate with like-minded and like-hearted people. We will talk about various elements of our higher consciousness and our implementation of heart-centered intelligence and oneness awareness. There is a specific opportunity being offered to lightworkers worldwide that begins in January 24. It is a meetup of starseeds and light warriors, a Zoom meetup on the first Friday of every month in 2024. Look for the link in the description box. You will also notice other opportunities to join together in consciousness on the classes page of the Visionary Solutions for Smile website. And all of Michelle's work and information is in the description. You just have to scroll down. Just watching this show will help to feed light to your soul and help you activate your highest potential, while validating and confirming the new consciousness that you are now part of. We are a team, and this is something we can celebrate as we bring in the new year of 2024 and we work together. And let me bring the wonderful Michelle Marie Angel on. Hi, Michelle.
Hi, Gail.
What you been up to lately?
Oh, I've been chilling, getting ready for the new year. I'm in the space between last year and next year.
Yeah, I feel like I'm walking between either the timelines, dimensions, or realms, something. It just is, I don't know. It's hard to explain.
As I mentioned before, it's the zone. You could call it the Twilight Zone, but
yes, exactly, because I just things just seem very strange, and it's hard to get my stuff together to even get this show together.
Well, we made it. We made it. We can wing it.
Yes, we can. And you've done some wonderful work in the past, and you can bring some of that into this presentation as we talk about connecting with other light workers, because it's so important that we do that, because that's what we're here for. We can't rely on the ones that refuse to wake up. It's not going to happen. That's not our job anymore. Now we have to unite and take it to the next level.
Absolutely. We're super powerful as we unite, and we can help other people that are not awakened through osmosis, so to speak, because everyone's connected.
Eventually, yeah.
To the,
that 100th monkey effect too.
The whole collective consciousness, everybody is connected, whether they know it or not. So if we're uploading information and creating morphogenic fields of empowerment, and we're affecting the all anyway, individually, and then, we can set intentions and envision, the world, the new world, and we can include everybody. And it's just like making a party. You get all ready for the party and you send out invitations, and people can come if they want to come, and they don't have to come if they don't want to come. It's just an invitation. So if the people that do come, get together and have a great time and say, this was great, let's have another party, and invite people again and see who wants to come next time, then more and more people might hear about this group gathering and start coming and forming like a family of souls, so to speak. And it feels really good. You get that sense of belonging and support. So I think we should
so many of us have been so isolated or driven away from family and friend as a result of our take on things, shall we say?
or some people just don't have anyone to talk to on that level. I actually taught this class in person, Star Seeds and Light Warriors.
That way is what I really like, because what's happened is I have a lot of people online that I can talk to, and I love them and I consider them close friends and so on. But sometimes it's just nice to be able to have that really face-to-face human interaction.
Well, what I was going to say was I had somebody come over from another part of our county, and she had nobody in her area to talk to. There was somebody from out of state, a relative that she could talk to. But, and we connected, and we've been together in person, and we text one another, so you might meet in person and then, but stay together virtually or whatever. But, you've already met, and there's always opportunities. But the thing is, worldwide, still, even if you have like a meeting and you meet on a regular basis, if there's a routine and there's some rhythm and there's people that you get to know, I mean, I'm sure you, even just interviewing the same people several times, you get to know them. So
yeah, I consider you a friend.
Yeah, exactly. Me too. You are a great friend. And so, you can still make friends and get together with like-minded people online. Now, I have and I will continue to, arrange to have meetings in person. I've done manifesting groups in my house, and that's one of the things I love to do is manifesting groups. So what I did, it was inspired within me to set up my website, to provide opportunities to get together on Zoom for some classes that I have created. And I'm fully aware of my life purpose. I meditate every day to see what I can do to further, serve humanity, with my classes and books and readings and groups and everything. So, but I started doing things with group consciousness over 20 years ago. I started with visioning groups, and that is very successful. I have a 12 workshop series. It's an Ascension mastery class. And one of them is totally about the power of group consciousness. So we can talk about it, and we will, but then the best thing to do is experience it. And I'm sure everybody has, when you've had a prayer group or meditated with other people or just get together with other people of like-minded, you create this morphogenic field, this energy, and it feels really good to be around people you resonate with, doesn't it?
Yes, and I have to say, I just started going to some yoga and meditation classes, and it's the best thing I've done for myself in a very long time, because it's just not practical in my current living room situation most of the time. So it's just nice to get out and we do group meditation and do some yoga, and I go to the restorative ones because it's been so long.
That sounds great. That must feel really good. I love meeting with, I do have a group I meet with every week. And I actually have a couple groups. And one of them I meet with every week. Another one is on a different day of the week. And there's actually an online one. I'm gonna share the link before the show is over, but there's a really great sort of a one-time only group meditation with people that I've done meditations with in person. It's a wonderful group, and it's a very high vibrational soul family feeling to meditate with these people. And it is Karina and Natalie from the Higher Realm in Sarasota, and I'm gonna share the link. But they're doing a meditation for the world, a mass meditation, basically to take the world back. and, you know, triumph of good over evil, and share intentions in a meditation. And that starts at 7:45 tonight, right after our show, Eastern Standard Time. So we'll talk about that too, as well as many other things. So how do you want to start?
That would be 5:45 here. Yeah, in Mountain Time.
Yeah.
But okay. What did you want to say? Did you want to talk about that some more, or what?
No, I was asking you, how do you want to start, or where do you want to start? If you want to start on my list of topics, we can. Do you have any comments or questions?
Yeah, let's do the topics. So let's just go through and kind of wing it, and then let me see. There are people. There are people in the chat. Yay!
Hi, people in the chat.
Yeah, Kathleen Nelson. She's in Utah.
Woo!
I did not have a way to contact you. I know. Well, email.
Yes,
That's not the same, you know. Just like it's nice to be able to have Zoom meetings and be able to, you know, see each other when we present and stuff. But you still need to have the real life people contact.
Well, here's the thing: if you go into if you go into an online networking group and people are invited worldwide, then what happens is, you know, it's an unlimited number of people, and you can meet people in your area. I actually joined a worldwide group one time, and I ended up meeting people in my area. So you can meet people in your area and then make smaller groups in your local area. You know, that could unfold organically, naturally, which it did for me.
Oh, aloha, Lisa. We have someone from Hawaii, Maui, as a matter of fact.
Hello.
And hi, Deborah.
Hi, Deborah. Hi, Lisa. Lenny.
And Lenny. Hi, Lenny. How you doing?
It's becoming easier to manifest. Yay.
The other thing that you need to really pay attention to, Michelle and I were talking about this the other day, is telepathy. Yeah. Because it's coming online more and more all the time. And if you pay attention, you will notice that, you know, all of a sudden you think of somebody and then they might call you, or, you know, a distress call like you talked about.
I'm going to tell that story at a certain point in my outline. Hello, Andrew. I think we said hello to Lenny and Kathy.
Hi, Andrew. Yeah.
I'm going to give my email, actually.
Okay, my email is?
My email is Michelle. This is backwards. Wonder why it's backwards. Anyway, Michelle at visionarysolutions4smile.org. Just put Michelle at in front of this. Michelle at visionarysolutions4smile.org. That's my email.
Why don't you put that in our chat, and I will copy and paste and put it in the chat.
I don't. Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Because it was backwards.
Yeah,
I mean, I can read backwards, but it's more difficult. Yeah. Telepathic, yeah. We all have been, I think, especially with family members and spouses and partners and so on, you know, when they're going to call, or, you know, things like that. But I think it's going further than that.
It is. So. And here's the thing. It's not just telepathy. We are receiving higher vibrational frequencies, and we are getting upgrades, and our soul, our DNA is being activated, our soul perceptions are increasing, and all of our soul powers like telepathy, levitation, all those things. If we've been doing our inner work, which I believe anybody that is, you know, attracted to coming to this channel has to be included in that. We've been doing the inner work, and we can direct perceptions of truth.
And I don't know what happened there. I hit a button. Excuse me. We went off for just a second.
That's okay. I think you can still hear, right?
Yeah, it's good now.
Okay. So anyway, this is what's happening with all of us. And that's the thing. That goes back to the first benefit of meeting together with like-minded people. And so the first benefit is to share stories about awakening. And you and I have shared stories before. And so we can do that. And this opportunity that I'm giving is, it is on my website, which, I'll just put that in there too.
Your website's in the description.
Yeah, it's in the description. And what you do is, I have 3 websites. So you go to classes and visionary solutions for smile.com. So my other .org, sorry. So my other websites are for reading. Okay. But what we're talking about, getting together in groups. So the Starseeds and Light Warriors group is going to meet once a month. Then there's going to be a manifesting class in January also. But you can see all that by going to the website.
Okay, I put that in the chat so people can look at it.
Yeah.
But anyway,
okay.
Having some, or trying to find some contact with other live flesh or people besides just a picture on in the camera or in the so on. They want that to replace everything, and no, we can't have that. We need interaction with other people. We need that togetherness, that blending of auras, if you will.
Yeah. And besides meeting just online, it's not just about that. It's about networking. So you can get emails, you can get phone numbers for texting. So the once a month thing is the networking thing where you can talk for, I think it's, it's for 1 hour every first Friday in 2024. That's just the place where you meet up. Once you meet friends, you could, like I said, you can meet in person locally, you can share text, you can share email, and you can start conversations and keep them going. But the once a month thing is when people can come together and get that information and meet people and see who they resonate with. And so the first thing that we'll do is we'll share stories, and we'll see, where we resonate. And it really helps to say, well, I'm going through this, or this happened to me with my relatives in the holidays, or, different things that happen, because, we really are up against different levels of consciousness, and we need to be able to know what not to say in front of some people. And then you get into like-minded, like-hearted people. And then you can really speak freely and learn more information and share more and speak freely. It's really cool.
Yeah. And it's just like the comments when I do videos. I almost always look through the comments to see what people have to say, because a lot of times people share some really good information just in the comments that I hadn't seen or wasn't aware of. And so it's kind of like a group and joint people effort. The people that are in the audience, you are light workers. We are light workers. We have to work together. As we work together, we become stronger, and we will make the shift more readily. I think we're already out of 3D, or darn close to it.
And that's why this is called Starseeds and Light Warriors, because it's for that group that's ahead of the pack, the general pack in the earth. And it's really not just about sharing information. It's about sharing feelings and stories and getting support. And, because when you feel supported and validated and seen, that feels really good. And it gives you the strength and the fortification and
to carry on,
to move forward. And sometimes additional information, or, I got through this certain situation like this, or, sometimes it's advice. Sometimes it's just having a listening ear. You don't have to say anything back, but, I understand, the same thing happened to me. And it's just support, or here's a resource that might be good for you because I know somebody that does this.
Well, you're dealing with people that have an open heart, that are they're like-minded, so the resonance is going to be so much greater, and you can just feel it. It's like touching each other's auras, for that matter, and everybody's on a same or similar page, and it just makes everything bigger exponentially.
I like that comment, the one that Patricia just
about
put
the 3D. Yeah, I'm going to put that up. That's a good one,
Yeah,
Patricia. 3D's worries versus 5D bliss. This is a salad mix for me. Very good, Patricia. Excellent. Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, yes. So let's see what was next. And I also have I have been preparing for these days for years and years and years. I have like a little toolbox or kit, if you will, of all these things that I'm ready to bring out. And they're just like, I'm ready to share, but I have not shared them with the world yet, other than my 3 books. And I will mention those 3 books because they're very helpful in eradicating old programming and reprogramming to the 5D consciousness. They are super light filled and they bring light to the soul and to the world.
Oh, here. Okay. This is, I just want to put this up here because we have left 3D and it feels so good, lightheaded and other things. You said it like the Twilight Zone. That's, you hit it on the nail head there, Colleen. That is why we feel like we're in the Twilight Zone. Then we're kind of like moving out of one dimension into the other, into the 4th dimension and adjusting.
Well, we're starting a new cycle, which is why I was inspired to create all those opportunities for 2024. I did hours and hours of work on my website and on my schedule, and to set up manifesting opportunities, Starseed and Light Warrior meetups, dream writing in the spirit of gratitude class. I have a life purpose and next step clarity class. All those are on Zoom so that people can be, they can all be accessible worldwide, and be able to work together and raise consciousness together. And anyway, so I'm just going to mention my books just because they really are helpful, and we'll read something or other, because we're winging it. I might pick something and ask you to read it. That's goes along with our topic. But anyway, so backwards or not, one of them is live love. One of them is it is a new world after all, poetry and prose to inspire a new world vision, because we're becoming conscious creators and we need to hold that vision of what we're creating. And so reminders and raising consciousness, and this is forever free. These are all extremely helpful tools, and I use them myself, to tell you the truth. I mean, I get into a space where I'm at a certain frequency and I can channel this information from my higher self or from higher beings, from the whole of spirit. And it's very helpful to repeat, as we mentioned before, so that we can reprogram our consciousness to those higher vibrational frequencies, and so that we can train our thoughts to be good, divine, loving thoughts, and train our heart to stay into, and our mind to stay into conscious creators rather than victim consciousness. And so to maintain the 5-dimensional frequency in consciousness, we can get there, but if we want to make it a foundation and always come from that place, it takes vigilance and watching your heart and your mind, your thoughts and your feelings and your actions and so forth, to be in alignment. And even our language, we want to say, I intend and I am, and we don't want to say, I want, or focus on negativity. We want to focus on positivity and focus on solutions.
I run into people sometimes that tell me they can't meditate for any number of reasons. Usually it's they can't turn off their mind, or they're too stressed out or whatever. And I would just like to mention, and I don't like to talk about products during a show, but I have to say, peace, joy, and focus are patches that are available. And if you really want to meditate and really try it and need a little assistance, that's something that might really work for you. It might be worth a try. I love it. But anyway.
Well, and so in terms of our outline, what we have going on here, I have a little for Awakened Awareness. Do you want me to try to share it myself? I've got the share screen thing here going on.
Yeah, go ahead, share it, and then I'll start it for you.
And okay, application window, and then go to here we go, and Truth Perceptors, share. Okay.
There it is.
Yep.
Okay.
Truth Perceptors by Michelle Marie Angel.
Here we go.
Also known as Truth Warriors. The nature of truth is to be expressed. Until it is, it cannot rest. One who pays attention to the inner guide sees truth clearly. It will not hide. Those who tune in to a higher intelligence are waking up now and getting off the fence. Shaking off apathy and ready for action, purposely dealing with unjust infractions. Once involved in a truth exposition, their credibility is attacked to weaken their position. Names are called, more lies are told, deceptors mock, ridicule, and scold. They'll say, that's just a conspiracy theory, when deep inside, they're beginning to worry.
Yeah.
But they won't tell the truth and reveal the scheme to gain all money and control is their dream. But truth won't have it. It will stand for no lies. The messenger who speaks it is ready to die. Deceptors have created many a martyr, because silencing truth is in their charter. Those who know truth are humbly wise. Their integrity they won't compromise. They know God well into eternity. They know universal law is the key. Connected through spirit to other dimensions, doing God's will is their intention. Seeing clearly is the gift of the truth perceptor, unmasking all schemes from the would-be deceptors. We'll increase in number and gather as crowds. With power in our voice, we'll speak truth out loud. Awaken we see through the front that was made, increasing the light, there can be no more shade. Exposing the truth for all to see eliminates control so we can be free. Freedom maintained is the devout resolution. With God will uphold our Constitution. By the light of truth in our hearts we do know, freedom is our birthright. We won't let it go. The end is only the beginning when you open your heart. God bless you. For more messages of inspiration, go to Smile at www.smileforlove.com. God bless you.
Very good. And you see more and more truth coming out all the time, and people are getting braver, more whistleblowers, more people just putting it out there. There's no stopping it anymore. It just keeps coming.
No,
and it's
and we're
beautiful.
gathering, and we're feeling the power actually of truth, because like you said, more and more people are doing it. You have more and more support. And, it's like when people get together and say, oh, yeah, I was called a conspiracy theorist. Oh, yeah, that happened to me, too. They're just calling names because they're scared, And, so they have tried to use fear to control people. And now who's afraid of the big, bad truth? That's a good one. Who's afraid of the big bad truth?
Has more. I've said it all along. Truth has a frequency. Lies have a frequency, which are very low. Truth has a higher frequency, and we're getting more truth, and it's helping to raise the frequency. It helps to raise. It has an exponential effect.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, we really are. You can, when you tune into the collective consciousness, and even when you just look around, you can feel and see the number of people that have awakened and how many things that were once an obscure truth or supposedly a conspiracy theory that is common knowledge. It becomes common knowledge, and many people have awakened to the new common knowledge, which is the truth.
Well, I've said it before and I'll say it again, and people need to be real clear about this. The term conspiracy theory was created by the CIA to discredit anyone who went against the official narrative. At that time, it was the JFK assassination. But
Right.
they have programmed us, brainwashed us with that conspiracy theorist.
Well, they tried.
Write stuff off just like nothing, when in fact you need to be listening. You need to hear.
Well, they failed. And actually what you said right there, that has become common knowledge. Most everybody I know that conspiracy was invented by the CIA or FBI, the cover-uppers around the JFK narrative. They came up with that term. Name calling is in their playbook. And I think that that's one of those things that's where that term came from, is common knowledge by now, because you hear it over and over and over again. And I think that
people get brainwashed into it. And so they just hear somebody call it something and they just write it off instead of. They're critical thinkers. Conspiracy theorists are not conspiracy theorists. They're critical thinkers, period. You don't even have to agree with them if you don't, but you should at least listen.
Well, people do. And that's the thing. We need to stop giving them power and saying they did this and they got away with it. They didn't get away with it. The truth has been brought to light. People are awake. Their scheme did not work. It does not work to call anybody a conspiracy theory, because that has now become a compliment.
It has. It worked for a while, but it's not working anymore.
No, that's what we have to really realize and be conscious creators and empowered by knowing what they tried. They did not have the effect, and they do not have the effect of what they tried. Maybe temporarily they had that effect on some people, but it is washed away. It's transmuted. It is gone. We are free. We know the truth. And so that's the past. And that's why we're in the twilight zone. That's done. It's over. They tried it. It didn't work. We're empowered. We're enlightened. We're moving forward. They're dissolved, and they are just like withering away like little, flowers that are out of season in the wintertime. They are nothing, dead, gone. And it's springtime for us. This is our time to be empowered, and we are empowered by the truth.
Lenny's bringing something up, and I was talking earlier about this very topic with Jenny Lee, and about there are some people have gotten onto the bandwagon of critical thinkers or truthers, whatever you want to call them, who are just in it for the money. And there does seem to be that, but that's a double-edged sword with people, because then it makes the people who need to sell their books or what they do so they can continue to do it, or the people that produce shows like myself. This costs a lot of my time and money in order to have all the different platforms so people see it, because if people don't see your work, what's the point of doing it?
Well, I think there's a difference between wanting to be supported and being able to do your work and trying to make a cash cow out of it.
Exactly, and that's what we're talking about.
And when people are being authentic and they do it not for the money, but only want the money to be supported so they can continue living and eating and paying their rent, there's a really big difference there. So yes, I have always had a job. I still have a job. I am doing all of this I do not make money on doing these podcasts. I do not make money hardly at all yet selling.
I don't make money on doing these podcasts either.
So, when you have a passion in your heart and you have a life purpose and you're here to be of service, it is not for the money. However, it does appear that some of the people that got on the bandwagon try to capitalize on the truth. Well, you can discern that. That's part of discernment. If you feel like they're going overboard on the how much money they can make thing, and it's not just about supporting their channel, you can feel that, and it just doesn't feel attractive. It just feels more repulsive. So in our hearts, we know the truth. In our hearts, we know who's being authentic and being of service. You can feel it. You can feel it. Yeah, $800 for a weekend seminar.
I know. I have to tell you something. When I moved to Sedona, I thought, now I can go to some of the great conventions and conferences that they have in Sedona. Yay, because I live there. Because, you got the registration fee, then you got to pay hotel and stay in there and stuff like that, and eating and so on. So I thought I had that. They still wipe me out. They charge about that just to get through the friggin' door. $800.
This thing. Somebody offered for me to go to a financial freedom seminar, and it was going to cost $2,500. And listen, I said, I don't have $2,500. And she said, charge it. I said, well, I don't have any credit card or credit card debt. So you're trying to tell me you want me to go into debt for $2,500 for financial freedom when I don't have any debt right now? No, thank you. No, thank you.
That doesn't even make any sense.
Right? So common sense, discernment, that's actually, Lenny, Gail and I were just talking about, here's how you can tell the difference between someone that just wants to support their work and, cover the costs and so forth. So on my website with classes, I have a range of classes and groups ranging from $11 to $80. And, I put a lot out of work and time preparing all this. And it is so relatively cheap. And then some things are, just a donation. So you can just tell if it's affordable or not. For example, when I did the Starseed and LightWorkers group at a physical location, we charged $11. And that's the same thing it's going to be online. So that's very, very minimal. And, I'm going to be managing all of the networking information and everything. So,
there's work involved and I don't think people would even care about being compensated if we didn't have to pay for a living, which is just the way the system has been set up. And we get robbed from every which way you can imagine, through, taxes when you work, taxes when you buy anything, taxes for anything you own, taxes for this, taxes for that. I mean, it just goes on.
I'm not in that. I'm not playing that game. I don't play that game. I'm not in that matrix.
What are you talking about? What are you saying about paying taxes?
Taxes. I don't. I have not for years.
Oh, but I wasn't even talking about those taxes. I haven't either. I was talking about, you still get taxed. I don't know if they do it in Florida, but they tax you for food here in Arizona. They, that's another way that you're taxed that, adds up. But
right.
Anyway, it goes beyond taxes. It goes to greed.
In fact, one of my books, I should put it up sometime and show it. It's called Axes for Taxes. It's really funny. It's very, I have that rebel gene, sort of like Carrie Cassidy, and
I got it too. I don't know if it's a virus or a gene.
I don't stand for things, but anyway, the truth perceptors. That's when we are in alignment with truth. That puts us in a frequency, and we want to meet with other people that are in alignment with truth. you know, it's funny to laugh about those things. Oh yeah, we've all been called a conspiracy theorist. That's funny. You know, we can laugh. I mean, that's light. That's raising our frequency, just laughing about that stuff. Don't you think? Laugh about it.
That's a way of dealing with it, I guess.
I like laughing. I laugh a lot.
Well, laughing is good for you, and laughing raises your vibration, so that's a good thing. That's why it's good to watch comedies or things that you think are funny.
I think.
So what else you got? What other topics you got that we were
Okay.
going?
So let's see. So support from conscious, truth-attuned souls, and that's what that book, Truth Perceptors, was all about. Sharing intentions for manifestation. You know, people are organically brought together that share the same thoughts, because that comes from the same frequency, and share the same intentions. So I know that in the new paradigm, we are being brought together to work in loving cooperation to manifest these positive intentions that are good for one and all, and even personal intentions that support your life purpose, support your life, you know, make your dreams come true. You know, we are creators. You know, we are just now coming on board and leaving the victim consciousness behind, but group consciousness gives you that exponential power. So I do a lot of manifesting groups, and I'm going to do a couple in January online. So that's really fun. I do those in person as well, but I'm doing them online because a lot of people, we're worldwide. We can't necessarily, it's just a lot, you know, less expensive to meet online than it is to take plane trips or, you know, travel to different countries or states or so forth. So those are
make enough money online to be able to do those things. I never have.
Well, we work with what we've got, and that's where I'm at right now. So when I've been meditating, you know, what can I do right now to help people? Because ultimately, I'm going to create a retreat center in nature, and I'm going to have places where people can come in person. And we're all going to be wealthy. We are going to receive a wealth transfer. Until then, we can get together online. We make do with what we have in the moment. And, you know, that's how we get by. We're still together. We're still together. Our hearts are together as soon as we, you know, we talk and we share.
Well, when you think about that, people are able to heal people remotely. So there's still a connection.
I've done it because I actually do energy healing as well. And some people are tuned into the Holy Spirit. Someone said to me one time, my guide said to have you heal me, and my guides told me to pay you $400. And I said, okay, because it felt right that her guides were right. I'd never done distance healing before. I said, but don't pay me until it works. Well, I did the distance healing work, and she had the beneficial effects, and she did in fact pay me that money. And I told her not to pay me unless it worked, because that was my first time of doing distance healing. So, but I knew inside myself I could do it as soon as she told me her guides told her for me to do it and that I could do it. So sometimes we actually draw things out of each other. Like I asked somebody to give me a reading one time, and she wasn't not a medium, but I said, you can do it. Anybody can do it. We're all developing these, you know, soul powers and perceptions. You can give me a reading. Just sit down and write down anything that comes to you. Write down a paragraph. Well, she sat down and gave it a shot, and she wrote down a paragraph. And what she said to me, what came through, was totally spot on. And so sometimes all you have to do is just open up to the possibility and remove all the limitations and give it a try, and trust that, you know, we all have the Christ light within us. We need to put it to work more. We need to realize what the powers are involved in that.
That's the only way you can develop your confidence in it.
Yeah.
By continuing to work with it and making it happen, because it will happen.
Yeah. And I have a really fun one, actually. Let me see which one it goes to, because this is so fun. This is really fun. I read this to someone in person. I love reading these things to people in person. And when I have my school, these kids are going to be reading these things, because kids are so fun to put on stage and have them do things. It's hilarious. Anyway, so one of them is developing the understanding and abilities of higher consciousness, so we can help each other. And so one of the things that this is a book I wrote, and I love to read it to people. So if you take this in your whole energy field, not just in your mind, but in your whole heart and soul, you could do it with your eyes closed, with your eyes open. You could always, play this again and watch it again. But I'm going to share my screen, and I have this little book called Let's Go Fishing. It's really fun. And this will help raise your consciousness. Really listen to the words, really feel the light in your heart. And so I'm going to share my screen now that I know what I'm doing now. And here we go. I'm faster and faster at this. All right.
Okay, let me bring it up.
By Michelle Marie Angel.
Is it ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Oops.
It's a great time to be alive for higher consciousness. I'd like to take you on a trip, one that you'll never forget. It's a trip of higher consciousness where there's everything to get. It's where possibilities have no bounds. It's where your perspective can see all around. It's where your soul sings its own tune. It's where your spirit can soar to the moon. I could just give you my fish, but you know what they say. It's better to teach a man to fish than to just give yours away. Now fasten your seatbelt and take a deep breath. Your outer awareness will suspend as in death. But deep inside, where you connect to your source, is where you dive into love, and you are that, of course. Man, know thyself is what we are each taught. We are great treasures that could never be bought. Whatever you find on the outside when you roam, just bring it inside and take it home. Home is inside our heart where it's warm. It's peaceful and cozy, love's little dorm. It's where the mind and soul coalesce. It's where we can go for self-awareness. When you see life as your reflection, you have the key to your own perfection. When you see a quality in another that you admire, the same thing within does your soul inspire. And if there's a bad point about someone you know, check inside to see if there's somewhere to grow. It might be a part of ego that's hiding, or a trait you don't want that is still abiding. Let's uproot those patterns of creating and live the life now that we have been awaiting. Oh wait, you must know you create what you live by all that you feel, think, say, and give. Here's an example that might work for you. It's a thought-feeling pattern that is a great clue. Feeling sad while thinking I'm not special to one provides an experience that's not very fun. Look behind your light for patterns you make. Check into your thoughts. Still your emotional lake. Begin new patterns with affirmations. Let love flow with no belief limitations. Look back now to see where you have gone. Each experience was valuable. You're never wrong. Each choice has its consequence. That is certain. But to see the purpose, let's lift the curtain. Going inside to find yourself that is real illuminates and radiates your soul appeal. When you see the big picture, you know evolution. You feel close to God's heart and know all solutions. Have you ever lived a dream come true? Did you know that's what we're supposed to do? Keep your feelings focused on love. Imagine doing what you've always dreamed of. Set some intentions around some specific dream. The universe provides all the miracles, it seems. Close in God's heart, where there is certain knowing, you can live what your mind is showing. It's not willy-nilly dreaming at that. It's first perceiving, so let's have a chat. We're all connected as one in our heart. We each made a blueprint for our life at the start. Find out the reason for living for you. Find out exactly what your soul is up to. You might have disease or some kind of pain. Find the purpose so it's not in vain. Maybe you're meant to learn to heal. What is it that your inner wisdom wants to reveal? You have ancient knowledge built up inside. With loving attention, it cannot hide. Inner contemplation on any topic will broaden awareness that was once myopic. You are a genius when you tap universal mind. You do it without knowing it all of the time. Do it on purpose for a life you will treasure. You'll give back to life in infinite measure. You will notice how creativity will flow. You'll know more joy than you could ever know. Your soul seed will blossom in its due season. Love God in your heart. Ask Him for your reason. Love unites you with the object of attention. Soul merging with spirit allows God's invention. Ask for help. Ask for any information. Get divine guidance and inner revelation. Find out exactly what is God's will. Feel inner peace being instilled. Balance of experience is paying karmic debt. Purification of the soul may not be done yet. A change of direction and appeal to God's grace will reap great rewards from life. Get your life on the right track. Leave troubles behind and never look back. Just turn all experiences to wisdom of gold. Light all energy for truth to behold. Don't hold on to any false identity. Look right through your heart for your soul to see. This is the part of you that lives forever. Perfection is built in and changes never. Don't identify with feelings and get stuck feeling bad. Treat them as your child who is feeling sad. Give them compassion and watch them heal. Christ's wisdom is resurrected to show what's real. Paying loving attention to all that you feel develops inner light where all truth is revealed. Deeper perception is earned by doing right. If conscience is ignored, it's as dark as the night. What we go fishing for is our inner sense. There's one truth in our heart, no duality fence. Living God's purpose that is meant for you brings perfection to life and happiness too. Know you are loved just the way you are. You came to this message and your life is on par. Look around to see God in all of those faces. Behind each one, see the love spirit traces. See the sparkle in all of those eyes. See God in infinite disguise. See your true self, both in and out. You can see love, what life's all about. The end is only the beginning when you open your heart. For more inspirational messages, go to Smile, Spiritual Miracles, Intentional Living Education, www.smileforlove.com. God bless you.
Isn't that nice?
There's actually a lot to unpack there. And some of these things, if you actually use repetition, it really has a deep effect on your soul. I mean, you could take one line sometimes and then, really contemplate that line and have a very deep, profound, and permanent effect on your soul. Good night, Lenny. Good night.
Yeah, good night, Lenny. Thanks for being here.
Anybody can, reload this or, repeat any of these stories and then do it without looking, feel the light coming in, and also it's just like when you read something more than once, something else might hit you. You might focus on another part of it that you didn't focus on before, or something might be relevant that wasn't relevant before. So, there really is, in those little stories for awakened awareness, there's a lot to unpack, and they do have a permanent consciousness raising effect on the soul. And so, again, repetition. These are made. I have 48 stories for awakened awareness. They're not available to the public yet. I only uploaded it to share with you and your audience. I'm going to take it down off Rumble, actually, after we're done with this, but it's on this show.
It brought a lot of very good points up for people to think about. So that's always good.
Yeah.
Okay. Good night, Lenny. Thanks for being here. And I wanted to go back to this one thing somebody made. Jay thought had a question for you about the reading you talked about. How would you avoid personal bias when doing a reading like that?
Are you talking about like an intuitive reading when you're giving someone an intuitive reading?
What you were talking about earlier. You
Okay.
talked about it earlier.
Well, okay. Well, I can speak from that place, because when I am giving an intuitive reading, I get my personal self out of the way as part of when I set up. I set up and bring in protection. I raise the frequency to the highest vibration. My intention is to be of service and be an instrument of God. And so I really don't have any of my own personality involved. I'm just an observer who is receiving information and passing it on. And so using those perceptive abilities of the soul and then just translating it or relating it in language. I hope that answers your question. If not, you can ask another specific question. But when you get your ego out of the way and you want to be of service, because really that's what we're doing. We're here to be of service, discover our gifts, and to be of service and to support each other. That's what Lightworkers and Starseeds and Light Warriors do. We are here to be of service. We're developing and evolving along the way, and we're sharing and we're caring and we're cooperating.
Budwalker thinks it should be in schools.
They will be eventually, because my whole thing is about transforming education to make it more holistic and spiritual, because people need to do self-discovery from the inside out and live from the inside out. Because when you live from the inside out, you discover your soul and your soul capabilities and perceptions and your gifts and your talents, and there are no limitations. No limitations, no boxes. They put people in boxes in schools, and then they do standardized testing in schools. I taught in schools for many years, and I was able to see, what was happening. And thank you, Pudwecker. That's fun. Yeah,
I know.
It will be in all schools. And to tell you the truth, I have brought my books into the classroom.
I like that. I like to call that quantum intent. That's a good one.
Right.
That's a good one, Pudwecker. I like that.
Yeah, you came to the right place.
Yeah,
you
definitely.
get it. That's how we know you came to the right place.
Yes, indeed. Do you know that we're coming up on almost 60 minutes already?
Wow. Okay. Well, we should go
Isn't that
through.
amazing?
Let me go through the rest of the list real quick, and then there's only one more thing to share, which is really fun. These things are really fun, and they bring in so much light and colors and truth. It's just, I don't know. To me, they feel good. They light me up. And I have had tremendous experience in the schools with kids of many ages who love these books. And it's because it speaks to your soul, and people can be seen as a soul, and they can feel their own soul. They're like soulful messages, and it goes right to the heart. It goes right to the heart, and it's truth. Okay, so these are the other benefits of networking for cooperation and consciousness. So we are all developing, the telepathy thing. So we can talk about our intuition, perceptions, and downloads, and telepathic transmissions, our conscious will and use of information and telepathic transmissions. So as these things come on board, we can share those stories and talk about them. And one of the stories that I shared with Gail, and I'll say this very quickly, I had a incident where I woke up one day and I just said something out loud, and my boyfriend at the time said, "You just read my mind. I was just wondering about that information, if you found it or not." Some question he asked me to find out when he was at work, and we hadn't discussed it. And it had to do with, a price and hours and stuff like that for a task we had to do. And I just came right out and said, it's 12 to 2 and 3 to 5, and it costs $15. I just said that spontaneously. And that's when he said, "I was just wondering, you just answered my mind." Well, then later, like 24 hours later, I was in a position where I couldn't get to a phone. And I purposely, so one was spontaneous, and the next time on purpose, I sent him telepathic information, giving him instructions that he received and followed those instructions. I had to use telepathy. So my telepathy was activated. My soul knew I was going to need it. I was in a dire situation, and it worked. So that's another thing that's going to happen to people. We're going to be activated. There's going to be times when we absolutely need these powers, and we're going to get activated, and they're just going to come spontaneously, and we're just going to go, oh, that's right, this is natural. So that was one. The other thing is that heart-based intelligence and generating higher frequencies, we can share that and raise each other's frequencies by coming from the place of heart-based intelligence and feelings. You know, when you're in duality, people have positions and opinions, and they argue. Over. That's over. We don't need that in a new paradigm. We can share perspectives and be different and accept what other people have to say without holding and being very aggressive about some opinion or positionality. And we have to
What do you think? I got to throw this in there. What do you think? There are people sometimes who insist that the other person is lying, and therefore they go on the attack and attack their information, attack what they're saying. That's so
That's
3D.
not 5D, and I don't participate.
I just said that's so 3D. But I still see a lot of that. I guess a big part of that is ego. You know,
we have the choice to move away.
Having to be right.
We have the choice to recognize and move away with that which we don't resonate with. If we don't resonate with 3D behaviors, then we're going to recognize it in certain people and choose not to be around them. And that is the free will choice that we have. And that's what I'm talking about again on networking with people of higher consciousness. We want to talk to people that are kind, loving, caring, peaceful, and allow people to have different perspectives. There is, you know, you come from love and understanding. You don't come from I have to be right.
Yeah, the reason I brought that up is I just was watching a talk on, you know, flat Earth and round Earth, and people get hostile. They get angry, mean spirited. And I
don't choose that energy or that topic personally. So
well, I don't either. That's why we don't talk about it on my show, because I don't want to stir that kind of stuff up, or that hostility up. And I still go with, we don't have all the information yet. When we get all the information, I'll be happy to decide what that's all about. But
it's also how you talk. You know, I can, you know, if I'm with somebody that thinks something different, I can say, I don't feel that in my soul. That does not resonate as truth for me. But I would never say that you can't hold that opinion or that position. I would just say that does not resonate.
Yeah, they call them flatheads and idiots and all kinds of things. Get into name calling. It's just so 3D.
People that calls names. Well, again, I'm talking about creating something different, a space where it's not like that. Yeah. So when we're with networking,
I just shake my head.
networking or cooperation in consciousness, another benefit is that we resonate with like-hearted and like-minded people. So we're gentle, loving people, and that's good. So the last thing is acknowledge and communicate with higher light beings, angels, ascended masters, the fairy kingdom, the galactics. And so a lot of us, we know that we are telepathically and we are connected to other realms and other dimensions. So we realize that. And with that, I just have one last story for awakened awareness to share if you'd like to see that. Yeah, when you match someone's vibration, they can share a lot. That's true. That's true. Okay, so here's the last little cute thing, and I hope it makes you smile and feel good. These are all feel good things. It's really good to feel good. It feels good to feel good.
Okay, let me bring
Ready?
you up.
A God's Eye View
There we go.
by Marie Angel. Open your heart and deepen your perception. Helicopters, bugs, and birds, swishing sounds of wings I heard. As I look up in the sky, I wonder, can you teach me to fly? From their perspective, they can see another view of you and me. Up above our houses and cars, I wonder, do we look bizarre?
Probably.
We seem much more, although we're tiny, reflecting light from surfaces shiny. Are we organized by chance, appearing like the worker ants? Farther above among the clouds, I see the angels behind those shrouds. Wispy wings of feathery splendor, what might they say in all their candor? People of the human race, with love we shine upon your face. We're here to help you on your journey, to lighten your load as you are learning. Please don't you forget to ask. We won't pry behind your mask. Tell us anything, we understand. We're here to lend a helping hand. We can help with your perception, opening up to God's reception, the view where one can clearly see the perfection in both you and me. Once we reflect your light within, no longer will your sight be dim. All senses will be realized with knowing perfection from God's eyes. With total awareness that's truly divine, no longer will we need to whine. Now wasn't that funny behind the illusion, with our scrambled energy causing confusion? Cosmic humor echoes like rolling thunder. They're laughing at our every blunder. They know we'll awake and laugh one day to see the kind of life we played. I guess when I share God's point of view, I can surely laugh at myself too. Everything we seek is within all along, but we hide from ourselves and think we are wrong. Just another perspective, they say as they laugh. Step back and look, then you'll get on track. Changing perspectives is easy and fun. Just sit still and be, you don't have to run. There's help everywhere to see all around. Where are those little helpers God placed on the ground? Oh, look, they're dancing and laughing with trees. You can see them much better if you get on your knees. Hello, human, would you query and receive your answers from a fairy? We are wonderfully generous with our magic. If you don't partake, that would be tragic. Oh, life can be easy, can't you see? We have all the help that we need. Views from the sky or low on the ground, we can see everything all around. Whenever you don't know what to do, step back and take a God's eye view. From there, for sure, you'll plainly see your deepened perception is the key. The end is only the beginning when you open your heart. For more inspirational messages, you can go to Smile, Spiritual Miracles, Intentional Living Education, www.smileforlove.com. God bless.
All right. That was cute.
Yeah. Now these things are really feel good, and it's like it brings light to your soul, and it also go, oh yeah, I forgot to ask the fairies, I forgot to ask the angels. Oh yeah, I'm not alone.
I haven't talked to the fairies myself. I'll have to engage them.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Call them in. Call them in. Yeah. See, we have to be aware of other dimensions. And there are other dimensions. I had a student come in a couple months ago, and she said, do you believe in fairies? I go, of course fairies are real. That's another dimension. I write about them in my books, and I talk with them. I call on them, and and sometimes I act like them when I'm mischievous or creative or use fairy magic, or I get a sense of them when I'm walking in ferns or certain garden places. And anyway, so yeah. And our art, we can see them or feel them or sense them or whatever when you know that they're real. And, call them in. We're all going to be, calling in our star family and, talking to our guides and angels. You have a team, that you can talk to. and certain ascended masters or certain angels you feel particularly close to. When I meditate every day, believe me, I go interdimensional. And those are things you can talk to when you cooperate in consciousness, and we spark new ideas and get different solutions, and, get each other feeling, up and happy and excited and laughing and, good, feel good.
Feeling good is important. And that's why I do carry the different products that I carry, that to help people along with various issues. And I try not to start my videos out like most people do with, product sales and so on. But I will say this, I do need to make some sales, and I have what I think are some of the best products out there. And I just signed up with a new one, which is very interesting because it's a one of a kind, just like the super patches are one of a kind. There's other patches out there, but they're not anything like the super patch. But this other business that I haven't even had a chance to try the products, but they claim to be really pure. And it's a virtual dispensary. And that is very unusual. I've never heard of it before. But I do have a little 5-minute blurb that I could put right here at the end if you're interested in that sort of thing to see what it's like. I think I'll do that if you don't mind, Michelle.
Yeah, just before you do that, I want to say there's a comment here. Don't forget the crystal kingdom. Yes, I have crystals all around my house, and that raises vibrations. And I use crystals when I do readings. So there's the crystal kingdom, the plant kingdom, the animal kingdom, all the kingdoms on Mother Earth. We're all one, and we share the same space, and it can be truly divine and holistic. So yes. Thank you for reminding us of the crystal kingdom.
Crystal kingdom. Yeah. Speaking of crystals, this was given to me for Christmas, as was this from the same woman named Linda Poop. I'm not sure how you pronounce her last name, but she sent this to me, and I'm so grateful. It's beautiful. And I just wear it all the time. Thank you so much. And thank you, Colleen. Okay.
Okay, we're ready for your message.
Okay. If you'll just bear with us, it's short and sweet, and it's something new, and it's different. That's all I can say. So let me share my screen. And let me see. Here's the little video. Oops.
How does it work? CannaGlobe took the same concept Amazon used to become the largest company in the world. But instead of shipping toilet paper, t-shirts, and tennis shoes, CannaGlobe offers something a lot sexier. Yeah, cannabis. With over 100 premier products, from bakables like chocolate chip cookies, brownies, fried chicken batter, to cannabis mocktails like pina colada, margarita, old fashioned, to gummy rocks, sweet tarts, seltzers, king palms, pre-rolls, disposable vapes, carts, and did I mention THCA flower and magic mushrooms? CannaGlobe is the first ever to drop ship flower to every state. We're also the first ever to offer magic mushrooms legally to every state. Well, except Louisiana. We're also the first ever where you get to be the brand. You heard it. Meet the requirements and get your own brand at the dispensary. Your brand, fully paid for by the company, and you earn on company-wide revenue. Your brand can be featured right alongside celebrities and mega influencers such as Dan Bilzerian with Ignite, Holly Barker with Happy Snacks, Scotty Huss with Biscotti, and so much more. Rolling Stone magazine said, if it seems like a new state is legalizing cannabis nearly every week, don't worry, you're not high. It is indeed happening at an unprecedented pace. CNBC calls it the new gold rush. Forbes says the market could grow by 700%. And the Wall Street Journal calls it a tremendous market. We're currently in 26 countries and growing. Industry icons are saying that CannaGlobe is the most innovative, disruptive, and compelling business model this industry has ever seen. You're probably asking yourself, how is this legal? Here's how. All our products are compliant with the 2018 Farm Bill. So what's the opportunity for you? To become a virtual dispensary owner without all the hassles. No experience is required. No storefront, no inventory, no licensing, and best of all, no apologies. And is 100% legal. You can become a virtual dispensary owner. There are 3 ways you can take advantage of this opportunity. 1. You can become an affiliate by simply purchasing.
I just think if you want to listen to the rest of that, it's available at the website that's going across right now, CannaGlobe.biz/Gail of Gaia. It just tells the different ways that you can operate. I hope to have gummy bears that are Gail of Gaia's gummy bears at some point with CBDs and so on. So anyway, that's pretty. I think it's pretty innovative. I've never heard of it before, and it's pretty interesting. So, do you have any?
I want to share my screen just one last time real quick and talk about this global mass awakening, and just to show people what the channel is on, let's see, here it is.
Yeah, it's right after our show, right?
Yeah, it starts in 15 minutes. And can you see it?
Let me bring it up. Yeah.
The name of the channel is Global Mass Light Anchoring Meditation. The name of the channel is The Higher Realm. So it starts in 15 minutes. Everyone's invited. It's free. And the link is in the description box. Is that true?
The link for the meditation, if you gave it to me, I put it in. I copy and pasted whatever you gave to me. So.
Well, no, I just gave it to you separately in Skype.
Well, I don't have that open right now, so.
Okay, well, here, I can copy it again and put it in the chat, and then
put it in the chat, and I'll put it in.
Wait, okay.
You put it in our private chat, and I'll copy and paste it into the chat.
Okay. Yep. There's always a workaround, right?
Yes. Just got to find it in enough time.
Oh, it'll be easy. It starts at 7:30. Here we go. Control B. There you go.
Okay. Okay, everyone, here's the link in the chat for the meditation that is starting at 7:30.
7:45 in
7:45.
Yep, in 14 minutes.
Alrighty then.
Very powerful. We're cooperating in consciousness, and we're bringing light to the world. We're taking our planet back.
Yeah, be there or be square. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for being here, and thank you, Michelle, for all your hard work. And
thank you, Gail, for everything. Again, this was really a great show, and I can't believe the time went by so fast.
I know it did, didn't it? Holy smokes! I'm going, oh my God. All right. Bye, everyone.
Love.
I always have a hard time with that heart
Bye.
thing. My fingers are
Great
too.
job.
There we go. I got it. Love to everyone, and namaste as well. So,
Namaste.
see you again soon. Thank you.
Bye.
We have found our way. It's a brand new day, and we'll be making history. Are you with me? Won't you stay? We have come so far. This is who we are. And like the rising sun, we have just begun to play our part. This is the time we form the chorus. Lift your voice for those before us. We can rely on one another. Feel the pride, let's show our colors. We are heroes and dreamers. We are restless believers. Stronger than ever, never say never. destiny awaits. We are all the actors in the stories we create. Hope will be our guide. We'll no longer hide. When we roll like thunder, feel the wonder from inside. This is the time we form the chorus. Lift your voice for those before us. We can rely on one another. Feel the pride, let's show